Alright, so what is good, everybody on YouTube? This is of course your boy B, Bullet RC, coming to you guys again with yet another YEEZY. And listen man, the weekend is almost over, so you know what time it is. Let's get into this week's Heat or Hype, where we get into the latest sneaker releases, sneaker rumors, or anything I want to talk about in the sneaker or streetwear world. That is what we do here today. And remember, if I don't talk about a shoe, either I forgot about it, didn't edit it in, or it was just that Basura that I did not want to expose y'all to it. But just like every week, come on man, y'all know why y'all here. I'm still expose you to it. Now of course, before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like on this vid. And I also wanted to say, Eternal Attack, that new YEEZY, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it, but so far from what I've been hearing, I mean, I've already played Chrome Heart Tags, like overplayed it at this point, but towards like the middle to the end of the album, when Chrome Heart Tags I think is Bust Me, and then Prices, when those three come on, that's a straight three-peat for YEEZY. Prices with the way back sample on it, that shit's fire. I'm gonna keep it at that for right now, but EA so far, straight fire. Anyways, I don't want to take a lot of time. We got a lot of stuff to get into this week. Of course, the Basudo's on the way. So let's not waste any more time, man. Let's get into this week's Heat or Hype. First off, of course, make sure you drop a like on this bit. Now, let's get into this weekend's releases. The UNC Blue Air Jordan 3. I've seen a lot of feelings hurt. It was some L's that were handed out. Those joints flew even quicker than I thought they would. I heard some stories about some stores where employees were making sure they got their pairs. I'm gonna leave it at that. I always say it, if you want a shoe, don't sleep, wake up, try on the sneakers app. I'd rather just wake up and go to the mall or enter my raffles, whatever I gotta do to avoid the sneakers app. But if you want a shoe, go for it. Do not be lazy, do not sleep. And I hope for the people that did want a pair that you were able to grab one. The resale was, last time I checked, was higher than Bread 11s. Crazy to me to think the UNC 3s has a higher resale than Breads. But that's how quick everything moves these days. As far as Jordans go, there's one every weekend. So if people miss one, hey, just move on to the next one. Now on the complete opposite side of the spectrum for me is the Supreme Air Force Ones. They dropped, they sold out. But remember, they are scheduled to restock throughout the season. Now I'm gonna tell y'all like this right now. Do not go out here and spend resale on these Supreme Forces just to say that you got the Supreme pair. From what I've seen, the leather seems to be the exact same thing as a regular pair of Forces, and it is because they cost 96 bucks. These are not worth 200 plus, not even 150. I can just go buy a regular pair of white Air Force Ones. They don't have to say Supreme on the side for me to wear. Now the small sizes I've seen, people's heads is getting cracked wide open past the white meat for 7.5 down. It's really bad out in the streets for those sizes. I'm sorry, the small feet gang. Well, actually, why am I sorry? Just go buy a regular pair. Listen, y'all already know how I feel about these Supreme Forces. I think it's a lazy collab. If you got them for retail 96, cool, do what you want. But as far as resale for this one, nah. Now since we got a lot of shoes and we talked about this one last week, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it, and that is the YEEZY 350 V2, and this is the Zion joints. Now last time I showed you guys a mock-up. Here is a picture of what they should look like. I've kind of seen some comments about these giving people a turtle dove vibe. To me, I feel like that's a reach, bro. I feel like you reaching just a little bit for something, a reason to buy this pair. And if you just like the brown, that's cool. For me personally, again, very picky with the Yeezys. Not a bad colorway at all, but it is still a pass. Again, we just had some new photos pop up, so blam, y'all see them. Let's get to the next one. Now this next pair of Air Maxes, I'm assuming it's going to be for small feet gang out there, and it is a floral lace pair of Air Max 95s. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. When I first seen these, the first thing that popped into my head is like Victoria's Secret. These look like underwear, lace underwear. I was like, I've seen these before. I've seen this lace, I've seen the floor before, which is why I'm assuming this one is gonna be for the ladies out there. Regardless, I do think it's still a clean colorway. I think it's actually a nice pair of 95s. It still is the Victoria's Secret 95, but it's a clean pair nonetheless. No set and solid release date on these or retail price yet. They just popped up, brand new. Info is not out there yet. Next up, I got a quick release reminder. On March 14th, you have the Air Jordan 1 High Zoom dropping. Now this colorway is of course the racer blue joints, which some people are kind of calling the poor man's DIORs. I ain't gonna call them that. I get it. Gray and white is kind of closer to Dior's, but at the same time, it's nowhere near the same. For me personally though, I don't think it's a bad Air Jordan 1 colorway at all. Is it something that I'm gonna be copping though? Is it something that I would cop to keep? Probably not. For me, it'll probably be something that I drop a review on and then see how I'm feeling about them after, maybe on feet. But I do have a lot of pair of ones. Obviously, y'all see the stack in the back. So anything that I'm kind of like on, I probably don't need to go out there and buy. But we'll have to wait and see. For the next one, I'm not sure if I've talked about these already, but I don't think I have, and that is the Air Jordan 3 Animal Instinct. Now, the retail on these is going to be $225, and they're going to be dropping in the spring. As of right now, I don't know where that animal pack is. We already had kind of that Safari Animal Print 3 drop before. Now that shoe didn't sell out from what I remember. I actually found a few pairs in the outlets that I guess people returned. So if it's any indicator on that release before, I would think that these wouldn't move as quick, or these could be more limited. They could switch it up. I have no clue. I'm kind of on the fence. This is kind of to me. I feel like when I first saw it, wasn't a big fan. I do like a little bit of a hit of the green and the yellow at the back. I think it's like black croc all over the upper, but at the same time, I know it's all like synthetic. So, do I want the Crocodile Dundee 3s? Probably not. For the next one, we got Melody Asani back once again. This time on the Air Jordan women's shoe. Of course, they had the one that dropped. People went crazy for those. Those ones went way crazier than I thought they would. And now JB is back collabing with her on another shoe, which is the women's Jordan Retro. Obviously, I'm a size 12 yacht gang, so I have no business even trying to make this shoe work for myself. And as far as the shoe goes, I'm not the biggest fan either way. But it ain't for me. Melody Asani and Jordan come back with another one. Maybe ladies out there, small feet gang, y'all let me know what y'all think about these. Up next, we got a little bit of some slight spice in the news for 2021. We have a Starfish, which is the orange sail and white colorway of the Air Jordan 13, otherwise known as the shattered backboard colorway. Now, we had the ones. We had the regular joints. We had the reverse. We had the 3.0s or the chicken grease joints. I mean, I call them the chicken greases, whatever you want to call them. And now it seems that they're going to be using that colorway. Possibly, again, it's a leak. It's a rumor on the Air Jordan 13. Y'all let me know. Would y'all cop these 13s? Obviously, it's not a 1, so it's not going to hit as hard. But what Jordan silhouette do you think that colorway will work on? I mean, I'm thinking a pair of 3s would be hard, maybe a pair of 4s. So yeah, the 13s in 2021 again next year could be dropping. This is just a mock-up once again, but y'all let me know, would y'all cop these 13s, or would you want this colorway on a different shoe, or just retire the colorway completely? I understand that option as well for sure. And some more collab news, we got Stussy coming back with Nike on the Air Zoom Spirit and Cage. Now these are going to retail for $160. There's also a Benassi slide that's going to retail for $35, as well as another version of the Spirit End that's going to retail for $170. Now, this colorway you guys are seeing right here is the Fossil and Black colorway. This is going to be the pair that retails at $160, and the release date for everything is spring 2020, of course, this year. Now, I gotta be honest, I never paid attention to the Spirit End at all. Of course, recently I did see in news that the OG colorways were dropping, which usually means that there could be a collab on the way. And honestly, I like this Fossil and Black colorway of the shoe. And at $160 is not really breaking the bank. Now, would I pay resale something crazy for these? Nah. But for retail, I mean, I can dig that. I like Stussy, and I honestly like the material on this shoe as well. These just popped up. This is brand new news, and for retail again, you know, I think I would cop a pair. All right, more breaking news. Another Nike Adapt sneaker. This one is actually called the LE01, and y'all can see them right here. Now, the sole on these joints is thick. These joints right here probably gonna give you about 1 inch to 1.5 inches vertical, some more height. For some of us out there, more beneficial than others. Listen, I'm not knocking nobody. Anyways, like I said, this is breaking news. These just popped up maybe yesterday or actually today. From what I'm seeing, these look to be another lifestyle adaptation of the Adapt technology. Again, I'm a fan of the Adapt. Yes, the shoe is probably going to retail from between $350 to $400. At the lowest, I would assume $300 for them, just because the Adapt tech, y'all know how it goes. These are definitely kind of weird, especially how some of the shoe, like the heel is disconnected. You guys can kind of see it in the photo what I'm talking about. But for me personally, I don't know, I kind of like these shits, bruh. But only time will tell. Again, no other info, no release date, no retail. Breaking news. Up next, we have an update. This is on the top 3 Air Jordan 5. Now, these are going to be dropping on May 16th for $200. And the update we might have had the price and the release date already, but can I ask y'all a question? I feel like every time I see this shoe recently, the more and more I see it, it's starting to look kind of trash. It's kind of starting to look kind of Basura to me. And now we have some more photos on the inside of the tongue. It actually tells you which colorways are on the shoe. I'm gonna keep it a buck, all the way a buck. That shit's kind of corny to me. I feel like you should already know what the shoes are. I don't need it to tell me on the inside of the tongue. Just put the Air Jordan on there. I'm good. Listen, I'm not trying to knock anybody that likes them. All I'm saying is that the more and more I see this shoe, is the more and more I'm starting to not really like it. This next one I was actually supposed to talk about last week, but I forgot to actually edit this part in. But it is this brand new tie-dye Air Jordan 1 for the women out there. Now the release date as of now is June 11th for that new retail. Remember, the price went up. It is now $170 for Air Jordan 1 Retros. Honestly, I don't really have a problem with these tie-dye joints. Am I blown away by the colorway? No. But do I really have a problem with it? Not really. And looking at them, I feel like I shouldn't like these at all. But at the same time, I feel like they didn't go too crazy with it. They could have went way over the top with it. Again, release date is June 11th, retail $170. All right, y'all, listen, it is time for the Basura of the week. We got 3 shoes. Well, we actually got more than 3 because one of the photos got multiple shoes. Regardless, first up, yeah,
somebody did
Kanye,
this.
You are back in the Basura of the week. Of course, this first one is a brand new colorway in the Yeezy Clog. The Yeezy Foam Runner, of course, these were shown off by ASAP Ferg, who is with Adidas, so he has an early pair of the red joints. Or the orange. They said orange, it looks kind of red, whatever. Now, the more that I see these on feet, or maybe it's just this colorway, I know they're only $75, but on feet, these joints is looking kind of goofy. Do I still want to try out a pair for myself? Yes. Do I maybe like that original sale colorway a little bit more? Probably. But we already talked about these. It's just a new colorway in them, and I know a lot of y'all hate this shoe right here. Next up, we have some new boots from YEEZY Season 8. And I had a few people actually send me these on Twitter, on the DMs. And to me personally, this yellow pair in the front, all of these I believe are worn by women. And honestly, this yellow pair, I don't mind the bottom, but the whole padded top puffy thing, not a big fan. And as y'all can see in the background, there's more of these puffy padded boots. It's like the idea is almost there. I like the soles, but I just don't like that puffy padded upper. But the puffy Michelin Man uppers is not doing it for me. Again, I like that yellow one, I just don't like the upper. And last up for the Basura of the week, and luckily the shoes don't actually look like this.
Somebody did this.
New Balance out of nowhere is on Basura of the week for these monstrosities right here. Now I'm gonna let y'all know right now, spoiler alert, the shoes luckily did not come like this, but I will say New Balance could have a cool looking shoe if they toned this idea down just a little bit with the exposed materials. I feel like they could have something there. But if it looks like this, nah, these are straight Basura. Now back to the spoiler. There were 100 pairs of New Balances dropped, and these were the specific colorways that you could get. You place an order and you get one of these 5. Now the way the marketing was for it, they showed off these pictures of the shoes with all the extra materials on the upper, and that kind of got people to talk about it. Of course, it was only 100 pairs of random New Balances, so they all sold out. But I definitely had people hitting me about these specifically right here. Y'all know Bacardi Bull is going to be on the way in a little bit. But I already know he would have went in on this pair right here. And as far as the Basura of the week goes, that is it. Listen, let's get back to the heat. Now these next 2, a lot of y'all have been asking me every week in and out about it. Why haven't I talked about them? It's just because I was waiting for the release date, and that is March 14th for the Syracuse and Kentucky Blue Dunk Lows. These are gonna retail for only $100, and obviously this is an automatic cop, of course, from the Be True pack. Now I wonder, will they be bringing back any of the other colorways like Villanova or something like that? Of course, the other dunks I believe were a high top or a mid top, but this year it seems like we're going to be getting the low tops. Expect to see more schools represented. I mean, if they dropping these 2, they probably gonna have some more dropping later on under their sleeve. And from the product photos, the leather looks pretty proper. But at $100, I would say this is a cop. Some more breaking news. We got Pharrell and Adidas back once again with a brand new shoe, and this is on the Adidas 0 to 60 STMT. And again, I actually like this shoe. I really like the colors. It is a human race with the hue on the size of a human race pair of Adidas. Now, would I have rather it had laces than that zipper across the top? Yeah. Now, since the news just dropped, again, I'm sorry, but there is no release date or set retail on this shoe. And honestly, you know, with something in the water coming up, I feel like we might see some pairs floating around VA pretty soon. I hope Adidas and Pharrell does something, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this shoe drop here. For those who still don't know, yes, I am from VA. This is a Norfolk Tides fitted. And to go ahead and end off this week's Heater Hype, we finally have released details on the DIOR Air Jordan 1s, which is cool, but how many of us are actually going to be able to get a pair, especially with this really confusing system that they're using? And yes, the retail will be a solid 2 stacks, 2 racks, $2,000. Again, a nice used Honda Civic. It's probably going to have some miles on it, but you could drive it. Are you driving to the store or are you walking to the store in your DIORs? You make the decision. So they're going to have 2 lotteries. One's going to run through late March through April 6th, and then the second lottery is going to run through the end of May or the beginning of June through to be determined. Now, if y'all want to look at this info for yourself, I will make sure to link it down below because there's specific shops, specific dates, and everything going on with this shoe. As far as the US goes, if you don't live in New York or LA, it's looking pretty slim for you right now. But I don't think there's more than 10 places in the entire world that will have this shoe. Needless to say, even if you do have the money to get them, it will be a hard shoe to get. The resale on this sneaker is going to be disgusting. It's already disgusting right now. So for anyone watching that is in any of the places getting the DIORs, if you watch me, I wish you all the best of luck. And if you get them, add me on Twitter, let me know, and I'll say congrats on your dub. But listen, that is it for the video, man. Y'all let me know if y'all copped anything this week, looking to copy anything that we talked about in the video, or are you keep your money straight right in the pockets? Listen, there is nothing wrong with that at all. Much love to all the fam, followers, and of course supporters. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Snapchat. The Snapchat is bull.cb, by the way. Here, there, blah, blah, of course, my shoes are back there. I'm not grabbing them right now. So, Bullet RC, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Time for me to go edit this joint up. Much love as always. Make sure you drop a like on this vid. Peace.
Two-faced females all around me. Baby shawty, man, I thought that she was riding. Backstabber, she a killer, what she hiding?